Hello and welcome to our first video tutorial on Microsoft Office packages. So we begin with Microsoft Word, which helps various ways in word processing. I believe that it's mostly used in the offices and other places as presentation, and also the same knowledge is applied in emails and stuff. So if you understand Microsoft Word, you'll be able to do some basic word processing of other things as well. So to get Microsoft Office maybe running on your application, I'm using Windows 10 here. So if you're using Windows 7, it's kind of the same thing, because it's all they point out to the start button. You can just go to, maybe like me, I'll go to the start button on the bottom left side. You click start button and all the applications that you've installed will just appear. So mine appears as the first one because I've just installed it right now. I've not been using Microsoft Word for a long time because I've been focusing on other things as well. But if it's not here and you've already installed it, it should be here down. We just go down up to where W is forward, and there's a possibility you find it just hidden at the very bottom. But if it's not there, still you can just use the search button to search it. For me, I found it is just here. So once you find it, like me, you just click it and it just opens up in the desktop. So that's the first step of doing the word processing, opening up the software. So now that we have the software, the next thing is doing the thing that is supposed to be done, and that is maybe typing some commands, or maybe not commands, or let me not use commands because it says it's not programming or anything. This is the first thing I'm incorporating. So if you're just doing this, you can accept or reject, but for me I'll just accept here because I don't even know if I cancel where to direct me. I don't want to be redirected to another place in the internet and stuff. So here I will just click close. Don't read many things and stuff. My privacy button, that is none of my business. I don't even care about privacy. Nowadays we don't have privacy, and you have cameras everywhere running across. So even if you go and urinate on the roadside, there will be someone capturing the moment. And yeah, so privacy doesn't matter nowadays. So the next thing is this is the way it should happen. It's just telling me good afternoon. I'm recording this video at 4:53 p.m. And that's why it's telling me good afternoon. I don't even know why it's telling me good afternoon. It should be telling me good evening. It's already evening around. Anyway, let's not focus on that. It's based maybe on the United States, and I'm not in the United States right now. I'm in the UK. I will just click a blank document because I want to begin a new one. But feel free to explore all the others and see what they have, the calendars and fast. But I will just begin with a blank document because that's where everything begins. Click blank and give it some seconds. Depending on your computer and how loaded it is and how fast it is, it will open up as quickly as it can. But for mine, it has so many things and it's lagging, and it's a very old computer. So since it's an old, I have to give it time. It has passed through many stages of life. It's almost dying, so I have to give it the respect it deserves because it has grandchildren. So when you open up, this is the first page that you see, and maybe to walk you around the various tabs so that we can be able to navigate and see what we'll be using where and when. It will be a very quick short tutorial that will help you to know what to do in what way. So The first one on the left, I'll begin on the left, is the file. All right. The file, if you click the file, it brings you to this point. When it brings you to this point, now you remember we had the brand document and all that thing running across the various templates, hundreds and even thousands if you go to online, but we're not going to focus on that. In this tab helps you to do other things, like maybe new. The new button helps you to create a new document. We have an open button which opens an existing Microsoft Word document into this Microsoft Word. So in this, it must be already saved in your computer. Then we have the info. This is very important. It's like the properties and stuff. We have save, which saves the document. Save as, which I explained earlier, it's kind of not overwriting the existing Microsoft, not Microsoft Office necessarily, but the existing document or anything that you're doing, but you want to save it as a new. Then we have save as Adobe PDF, like printing. If you want to save it as a PDF instead of docx, like the extension from document, we're going to see all these things that we are having here. The print, which you print to printer, share, export and stuff. Export, you also can export to PDF as well. So we're going to see all this as we progress. So basic tutorial, let's go back to where we were, and we were here, and the next tab here is home. Let's run across the right side first. The home page is where most of the things happens. The writing, changing the font color, aligning them to left, right, numbering, bulleting, changing the font color for it said, putting it as an capital or lowercase. All these things, they happen on this place. Copying and pasting also happens here, and aligning. We have this. Let me just point it. The B for bolding, I for underlining, U for underlining, and okay. Instead of just mentioning as if I'm preaching, let me just show you something. I will just give an example. My name is Do. I think you know this name very much. It happens everywhere. Sometimes in software programming, website development and stuff. So yeah, so we have this guy who says his name is Do. I don't even know who he is, but let's work on this document. I'm assuming these are just like 50 pages document with all this thing. The first one, if I want to change maybe the name Do, the color, font color to maybe color red, the first thing, and very important, you must know this, is to highlight the word that you want to change. Yeah, Do. Okay, that's the name only. When you right click, when you highlight, before you do anything, there is that thing which just pops up, which is kind of a screen. In this screen, it kind of a duplicate of what is in the desktop. As you can see, there is a B, I, U and stuff. So it's just a quick thing of the many things that you can do with it. So let's focus on everything at a point. We have this B, which is for bolding, which is the same as this one. I'm trying to show you on the screen, both screen, I and U, underlining and U. So the other one has just gone, so anyway, it doesn't matter. So if I want to bold, to make it bold is to make it more darker and bigger. So we have B, we have this B. You can just click it. If I click it, you see that it's kind of changing the color and becoming more dark and more bold. You can visit your dictionary to understand what bold is. It's kind of becoming huge and stuff. Another thing maybe you can also do with this, if I want to change the name My, my and give it a different color, all I need to do is to highlight. What I'm doing is left clicking and dragging across, or if I'm starting on left, I drag across right. If I'm starting on right, I drag across left, and without leaving it. And yeah, so if I highlight, so if you're using a mouse, I'm not using a mouse, I'm using a computer, just the normal pad and stuff. So you just click the left click and don't release it and drag across left and right across that word. So if I want to change the name of my to the color font to maybe color red, I have an option just to click here which changes the red, but to be more precise, the best one is to use the drop cap here, which opens more colors. Sorry, I've just clicked it twice. I don't even know where my mind was. Maybe it's asleep. It gives you very many colors you want. So we chose red. We have the gradient as well if you want to use the gradient, but I would say let's use just red. So if you click it in red, it changes color red. Assuming that we want to make it iterized, that is in a sleeping mode, like I'm just using italics, that's kind of slanting position. It's already highlighted. If you have already unhighlighted, you just highlight it again and come here and use this I. It's very important. The shortcut for this is Control I. If you just hover across all this, you find that the bold is Control, the Control on the keyboard, Control and B. For iterizing, it's a Control I. So that is making it slanted. If you check it, it is slanted again. So if I wanted to underline maybe the name, I'm just trying to process different things here so that you can see. If I want to change these to be maybe underlined, the word name, I will just highlight the name and then come here, underline. But instead of just underlining here, you have different options of underlining. You just click the drop cap and you can see various options popping around depending on what underline you want to use. So maybe you can use a double underline. You see, that's how it happens. And boom. So let's go back to the name door. Now, assuming we don't want to use it to just remain like that. Okay, to remove the bold maybe or anything that you've done, you can highlight. And whenever you highlight, whatever you've already done, it's always here. It's already so it shows that it's bold. So if you want to do it, you just click bold and it goes back to where it was initially. Then you have this thing for just making a cross, kind of a cancel thing. So if you just highlight the name and you click cancel like that, it just cancels away. So all these things, I'm just showing you so that you know what to do with them later when you have assignments of anything. Let's go to another one and say I am hungry. Oh no, I am hungry. Look at the cancelling thing. Okay, it just adopted because door was already cancelled in some way, so it just copied, but it's not a problem. I'm not lost here. I just know what I'm doing here. It's this is like home. So what you do, you just highlight, because we didn't want it to be cancelled. You underline, sorry, you highlight all of it, and then you click this again. You see, it does not have a shortcut, this strike through. So once you click it, it disappears. I am hungry. So assuming I want to change not the font color, but the color of what is highlighted, not the word exactly, but the space. We have this spacing color here. you can see what is called highlight color. You can, instead of clicking here, because here the default color is yellow at the moment, you just click the drop cap and change the color that you want. Assuming we want just a blue color, we just come and click that. Yeah, and boom, you see the font color is still black, but the space, I would just call it the space that is occupied is changed the color. So that is where we do, it's kind of a highlight of the place of the space. I won't call it the highlight of the font, or the way Microsoft calls it. So yeah, the next thing, it's just used to highlight, especially if you're going through many things and maybe that's a highlight of the information that you would like to spread. So it's very important. The next thing that is important here is the increasing the font. Let's use the first word. My name is Do. Okay, if I just highlight, because the first thing is always highlighting, because that's where the computer knows what you want to change. So I will just use what has just popped up, but you can feel free to use the other one. It's still the same. This one, A, the big A, increases the font size. There's the shortcut keys of doing that, which is Control Shift and the left arrow on the keyboard, which kind of points right. So you combine the two and it keeps on increasing. To decrease is Control Shift and the other one, which points towards the left side. So if I want to increase the my name is Do, I'll click and see where it goes. Yeah, so with that, it has increased to a point that I want. Another thing we can do with this, okay, maybe apart from that, we can also use this one, which increases to a certain level. You can choose whatever is highlighted here, but if I don't want to use that one, assuming I want to use a kind of an odd number which is not there, maybe use 17 is not there. I just need to type it and then I click enter, then 17 cap is applied. You can also use 17.5 if you want. The next thing is to change the writing. If that does not appear well, I can use a very weird writing here, which they call Algerian. This looks African. I don't know why they gave this name in a way, but it's a nice font when it's a kind of a title for an artist and stuff. So that's just changing the font. We have so many beautiful ones. You can feel free to exercise them and see how they change. Then the next thing I'd like us to look is all these bulletins first of all. So assuming I have many options, I'll give a very weird example. I love to eat, I love to drink, I love to do what do you like to do? I'll just guess for you, sleep, because you know many people love sleeping because you be lazy. So assuming I have all these options and it's a highlight of many things that you want to do, I'll just give a title here: the things that I love. Assuming the things that I love is what is the title here. So, and this is the bulletins, which kind of appears as Roman numbers 1, 2, 3, or A, B, C, D. What I need to do, I can highlight these ones, check the effect of it, and use this here, which is bullets. So you can use this one, which is dotted like this, but always the best thing is always visiting this drop cap and seeing what options are there, and you can apply this and see how it goes. See that one, keep checking how it's changing the color. And you can also use this one. Feel free to experiment on all these. This is a new one. I was not in the other versions of Windows and these ones, so maybe we go for this, which I don't even know. It looks like a card, those cards that you play on casinos and stuff. So after that, assuming now we want this one to, yeah, you can use that one. The next option, maybe if you didn't want this, you needed numbering to number them, you can come here and check this. You can use none. That is just to remove exactly like nothing. Then you have this 1 2 3. I think you can check what's going on here. A B C D Roman 1 2 3. You can also define yours here, change list, and you can depending on what you want to achieve at the very end. Then we also have this one, especially when we have like one factor, one point has other factors and stuff. See, if you just click and apply any of them, you see how it's changing. And yeah, sorry, just gone to a very weird aspects. And then the next thing that I like, okay, let's just clear and go back to none. The next thing that I'd like us to look is this, the left, the indentation, putting a level to the center. See, this one goes to the far left, and this one to the center, and this one to, sorry, justify, kind of they begin at the same point and ends at the same point. So that's it. Then we have the next one, which is the theme color. If I just click the double click and maybe change the theme to here to a different color, it changes the whole thing. If you are keen to notice, is that it's very close related to this theme, is very related to the text highlight. The difference between the two is that the text highlight focuses on the highlight of the text where the text is, but the theme focuses on the whole ground where those texts are. So that's the difference between the two. Maybe okay, the next thing we can do here, it's very important to maybe focus on this, is to know how to copy and paste. So if I have this, the things that I love, and I want to maybe put it can be as many as possible. You can right click and copy. Okay, let's just copy the all of it. You can right click and click copy. Sorry, I've clicked the font, the F4 font. You can, or just let's use the computer one so that you can see with the cursor. We have this, which is like two documents which has been copied. You have which copy, then we have the shortcut we just apply, which I was just about to use, which is Ctrl+C. So if you click it, it has copied. So all you need to do is just to go to the place that you want to paste it. Remember, you have to show it where you want to paste it. So assuming I want to paste it here, I'll just come and Ctrl+V, click Ctrl+V, which is the shortcut, or maybe just use paste. It just comes automatically, and that's it. So it copies exactly the way that you had done before. So I don't want to keep you long in this tutorial. It can be as long as possible, but we can focus with the next tutorial where we focus on where we've left, still in the home page. Then the next we go to inside design and layer and reference, mailing, review, views, and there. As we continue to the right side and see what our end product will. Maybe to end here, the best thing is to know how to save. We can't end the tutorial without knowing how to save the document. So all you need to do is to click file here, and click save. This is the basic one, but the one which is very close, if you can be able to memorize it, is to use the Control and S, which is the shortcut, Control S, and gives you this option. Now this place helps you to choose, gives you an option for you to choose where to save a document. You can click here on this PC, which which opens where you want to save it, or browse, or let me just click it in the desktop. And if you click it in the desktop, though this might not maybe be the best is just to browse, or maybe if it just appears the way it is here, now you have an option to go to wherever you want. Just go to the documents, click the documents, and when you click the documents, the next option is to, maybe let me create a folder for it, and I'll call it Word Tutorial. Word Tutorial. Then when I'm done, because I want to paste it inside, I'll have to go inside the tutorial. So you double click it and give it a name, maybe tutorial 1. Don't change the format type, it will change it, unless you know what you're doing, maybe to change it to a PDF or stuff. Then after that you click save. Then with that you're ready to go. So the next thing is just to close. If you need to locate where you save the document, because it's very important, you go to your file explorer, then go to the documents using any method that you want to use. You can use any method. Then after this, now you find the word, we saved it in Word Tutorials, then tutorial 1 here. So if I double click it, it will open, but I don't have all the time to keep opening up. So the basic thing was just to do some basic word processing and show you how to save and stuff. And so the next time we'll take it from here. And I hope that you've learned something, at least one or two. And if the tutorial was helpful, click subscribe and hit the notification bell. Subscription button, I will still remind you, is very helpful in motivating someone to continue with these processes. It takes a while to record these videos and do the editing and post them, and yeah, so it takes a lot of time. So for it to be motivate me to continue doing it, I'll need to find that people are seeing it more helpful. So you can just click subscribe and maybe like and share. It will be very important, and I appreciate very much. So thank you very much. If you have any question, just type it in the comment section. We'll get back to you and we'll address it next time. So that is for today. So until next time, I'll see you. Bye bye.